What is poppin' people? Wow, Peasel. People. It's your host, Hazel So Fresh here, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Sleepy Walrus podcast. Today may be a little short podcast today. I just wanted to get a little couple things out. I had a couple topics on my head that has just been ringing, and I wanted to talk about them. First topic is I was thinking about exactly, how can I put this? I guess like the shoplifting rate in Alabama. Well, not necessarily Alabama. I guess in the surrounding areas of where I live at. Only reason I'm thinking about that is because I have a couple interesting stories from my past in the meat business and how people like to thieve. But at the same time, I was thinking about what exactly has been going on around the city. So I found this article from the Montgomery Advertiser. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read it. It doesn't really have much info to go on. So just bear that in mind. And I think it's hilarious. It's a lady who stole some clothes, but from Belk's. Of all places, Belk's. I mean, people steal from everywhere, but damn, you wanna steal some high end stuff. I mean, hey, that's all on you. But I'm just gonna go ahead and read this article. It happened in Prattville, which is, I think, even kind of more hilarious to me. So apparently, a woman walked into the Belk in the 2400 block of Pinnacle Way on December 13th, concealed merchandise, and left the store without paying for any of the items. The merchandise was valued to be over $700, according to the release. Over $700 from Belk's? Are you kidding me? She did the whole most. Now this happened last year. This ain't recent, but at the same time, it still holds a little relevance. So they still haven't found the woman. But I just found that kind of crazy. She stole over $700. They got a video about her and everything, but they did a dirty description. They say that she was walking around with a gray purse over her right shoulder, with wearing a dark colored top with jeans ripped at the knees and boots. I mean, that's a hell of a description. I know a couple girls from high school right now who fit that description. But I mean, that's just wild. But I guess to me that's hilarious. Why are you going to go on the Belk's of all places and steal some clothes? I mean, they don't really say what she stole, so I'm just assuming here. But at the same time, you stole some clothes out of Belk's, $700. Nah, dog. That's a little too much for my blood right there. But I guess I'll bring it back to the intro of why I wanted to talk about this stuff is because I had now there's been two occasions that I can remember back off the back of my hand where I was just dumbfounded at what happened. The first one happened. It was a man, older gentleman. He was black. Had to be at least, I'd say probably like maybe late 30s, early 40s. You can usually tell how people are about to shoplift. You can kind of monitor their body behavior and everything. You could see it. You can read it off of them. And this man, he grabbed some steaks. They were on sale, $5.99. The T-bones were at this point a pound at least. So I noticed them, and I had a plate of good. My meat case was in shape. You know, everything was looking right. So I had a couple family packs down there, and the family packs they were hidden. You know, they were whatever the price was, you know, to be. They were a very reasonable price for what, you know, he was doing with them. So, you know, I monitored, I'm watching for a little bit, and at this time, I'm working the frozen food, and I have to date certain things. So I have to get the date gun from the deli department. So I walk away, and like I say, this man gets some steaks, put them in his buggy. That's, you know, completely normal. So he starts walking down to the lunch meat section. I notice he grabs some Conecuh sausages. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, you finna throw down. Usually when customers do that, I like to joke with them just because, I mean, why not? You right there, I'm right here. Might as well just get a joke out of the situation. Usually it warrants a laugh. So I saw him take the Conecuh sausage, and I was thinking to myself, I don't know about him. I ain't not trying to racially profile the man, but I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, they don't sit too right with me. So as he's coming back towards me as I get the date gun, and at the location that I work at the store, there's a blind spot pretty much where nobody thinks to go, or nobody thinks that they're being watched when we got eyes like a hawk in that one specific area. Well, it's monitored very well. That's what I'm trying to say. So usually that's where people try to, you know, steal from. They go down that aisle and they try to get whatever they have in their buggy, put it in pants, jackets. I done seen a whole slew of things people done stole, trying to get in and get out like that. But something tells me to go ahead and go down this aisle to see exactly what this man doing, because I don't know what he's doing. He looking kind of suspicious, because that's what people thieve. So I'm just trying to watch out for him. So I hit the corner and try to go ahead and see what he's doing. And I book, not trying to get too not trying to swear too much, but I put it on my mama. I don't put nothing on my mama now. I put it on my mama. This man was stuffing Conecuh sausages down his pants. I hit the corner. I'm like, sir, what's going on? And like the crazy thing about me is because, like I say, he had a bucket full of T-bones. And like I seen him have some ribeyes as well. So, as he like kind of saw me, he put the Conecuh sausages back on the shelf. Not where they're supposed to go, just, on a random shelf of the aisle that we're on. And, I noticed that his pants was hanging a little bit down where where his ankle and everything is, because obviously that's where he stuck the meat at. So I told him, I was like, hey sir, I'm gonna need them ribeyes off you. I saw you take my ribeyes, I'm gonna need them. I saw you, so what are we gonna do about the situation? And he was like, man, come on, man, you can't do this to me, man. Look, it's the holidays, I gotta feed my family. And I guess this is wrong with me. I don't know. It's just the way I thought about it. But when he said that, I was like, hey, man, look, I understand it's the holidays and you got to feed your family. You feeding your family this way. I'm feeding my family the legitimate way. I got a job. Hey, man, look, it's not too late. It's shit. You want a job, bro? Apply for it. You can go ahead and get put on. We looking for people. I didn't say that, but in my head, that's what I was thinking. But I did tell him, I was like, hey, man, look, I understand you got to feed your family. It's the holidays, but I can't let you walk out of here with these steaks. And this man gonna have the audacity to look me in my eyes and ask me what I'm gonna do about it. I told this man, I ain't finna do nothing for them steaks. You can keep them, bro. I don't want them. Man, you're not finna shank me over no meat. That's not finna happen. Second thing is, I'm not finna fight with you about this meat, because obviously they don't care, because the store didn't care, obviously, because this man got up to the front. I told the manager what time it was and what he was trying to do. He looked at me like, I mean, what you want us to do? He out the store. I just washed my hands with the situation right there. I was like, that's just ridiculous. This didn't make no sense. But the man was just, apparently trying to feed his family. But, hey, that's one way to do it. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, dog. I don't know about all that. On a second instance that I can think of right now, it was dead. I mean, you can drop a pin on the ground and you can hear it bounce. There was nobody in the store, and it had to at least be like 12, maybe even 1 o'clock. So there's a young lady walking up on the meat case. She has a bucket full of items, and she asked me if there was any oxtails. Now she black too, and I mean the reason why I'm saying the color, it doesn't have anything to do with like why I'm telling the story. It just happens to be that they are black. It's kind of it's jacked up and funny to me at the same time. But so she's pushing the bucket down to where I am. I'm coming out putting some hamburger meat out. She asked me, excuse me, sir, do you have any oxtails, in the back? And I'm thinking to myself, no, ma'am, but if you want me to, I can go check and I can see if I got some, I'll cut them for you. And then here's what threw me off. She said, oh, don't worry about it. If you had some, they'd be out here on the case already. And I'm like, excuse me? Well, if I had some, they'd be on the case already. Why'd you just ask me if I had any in the back? So that was the first strike. So I'm like, oh no, let me go see exactly what's going on. So I go to the back. We had some oxtails. So I go out to see exactly how much she want, and she gone. I'm like, what in the world going on? So I walk up to the front to see if I can find her, to see if she wanted the oxtails or anything like that. And it's about 5, 6, 7 people standing up in front of the door, looking outside to see what's going on. Now, y'all, I'm getting this all on the back end. So there's people who know exactly what happened, but this is what I came up and what I was told and what I saw. So as I come up to the door, I notice I see her try to run. Like she's at least halfway in the parking lot. She's running to a car, but the person in the car is waving her to come on. So I'm like, I guess she in a rush. But I noticed that none of the stuff was bagged up. So I'm like, that don't look too right. So I get back to the front, and talking to people and everything, and they tell me that it's the same woman who asked for the oxtails now. They tell me that we have a self-checkout machines in the store that I work in, and on the, I can't remember if it's the left or the right side, people will just walk by there if they're not buying nothing. You don't want to walk in the middle of the self-checkout line, so you can just walk on that side. Somebody told me that this lady had that buggy full of stuff and everything. She looked around. I mean, you can't see what I'm doing, but you can just imagine. She's turning her head, looking around to see if anybody's looking, and she bolted out of the door. They say that she literally just smacked out of the door with that buggy full of stuff, and just so happened the manager happened to be on the outside of the store, and he saw her. And I'm talking about, I don't know exactly what he did, but apparently he scooped up, told her, hey, this is what it is. I can't have you taking my stuff. And I guess that's when she let the buggy go, because the person told her to come on. So get back in the store, the manager does, and he's telling people, man, yeah, she tried to pull the fast one on us. And I'm like, what the hell, what's going on? So the lady had, if I can remember correctly, she was attempting to steal 3 packs of bone-in ribeyes. What was it? I think it was like 2 beef ribs. I'm not talking about just, small packages. I'm talking about the whole slabs of ribs now. That's the crazy thing. She tried to steal 2 family packs of drumsticks, a pack of thighs, and it was some pork mixed in there. I think it was like some BOGO pork we had, or some bone-in, whatever the case may be. And she had some pork in the buggy as well. And it came out to at least to be over maybe $400 that she was trying to steal. That sounds more crazy than the woman stealing the clothes. Like, jeez, people just do the most. It just don't make no sense to me. But that was thieving stories that I had on the brain. I just decided I'd get that out as I was thinking about it. Something else I wanted to start is a lot of things that I watch on YouTube. I've seen this a couple times. I don't know if you have, but I like it. It's One Gotta Go. It's where you basically pick like 4 different topics, and you choose the one that you would like to go as far as liking it. I think it's the best to least, or if it's least to best. Least to best. So One Gotta Go. You start with the least and you work your way up to the best. I've seen a bunch of them. One I have not seen is One Gotta Go, Will Ferrell's movies. Now, Will Ferrell has a lot of movies. The movies that I wanted to cover are the movies that I've seen, because I don't want to talk about something I haven't seen. So the movies that I've picked to talk about are Elf, Step Brothers, Anchorman, the first one, and Talladega Nights. Now, Elf came out in 2003, Step Brothers 2008, Anchorman, the first one, is 2004, and Talladega Nights is 2006. The first one that has to go for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's a great movie, a great family movie, but Elf gotta go. I can't even lie to you. I mean, it's kind of beat out about the comedies that I've picked, but at the same time, there are funny points in Elf. But Elf is a little bit, it's a more wholesome role, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it's just, Elf is a good movie, but and obviously the story, it just don't sit right with me. It just ain't sitting right. So that's the first one gotta go. The second one gotta go. It's a toughie, if anything. Is Talladega Nights. That one gotta go next for me. The reason why, I mean, Ricky Bobby, it's a national treasure, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, how much rewatchability does Talladega Nights have? You know what I'm saying? It's like you can watch it a couple times, but after that third time, it's like, oh no, I think I might need to heat something up to watch this with, you know? Our favorite part in there is when he thought he was on fire and this man got into that big ass wreck. He's just running around butt naked in his drawers talking about, I'm on fire. And it's his crew member, you're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. And that obviously it's it's something most people would quote, but yo, that just the sheer funniness of this man running around in his drawers thinking he on fire. Everybody else just looking at him like, bro, whose man's is this? You know? So yeah, Talladega Nights is the next one that's gone. And the last one, now, this one is a real big one because one of these movies is my favorite movie. I guess I'm showing a little bias here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anchorman has to go for me as my third movie because I mean Ron Burgundy, bro, the man's the truth. He got his own podcast. It's just like you can't just. It's just something about Ron that makes you wanna keep tuning in to him. You know, this man powerhouse in that performance. Talking about Steve Carell with him, Paul Rudd. It's like yo, damn. There's a lot of people in that movie. You wouldn't even think about. But it's a classic. But one that gotta stay for me is going to have to be Step Brothers. Boy, that's one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies. When he put his nuts on old boy drum set and they got into that big old scrap, or when they decided to be friends and they tried building them bunk beds. And I'm talking about just had random 2x4 laying everywhere. Talking about using a power drill trying to get it together. He laying on the bottom, and I can't call his name right now. But what's his name was on the bottom. Will Ferrell was getting ready to hop on top. And then, man, they hopped on top and closed that dude in the bunk beds themselves. All you heard was some loud screams. Parents had to come in there. Yo, it was just hilarious. And Dale, his brother, I ain't finna hit them high notes on you because you know your boy got that voice like Keith Sweat. I ain't trying to make you sweat. You know what I'm saying? But his brother was just hilarious. Came in there with them singing lessons, and his wife was all over him, just doing the whole most. I mean, at one point in the movie, she was trying to slide him the old slide in. And the old boy was just like, yo, Dale is in there. And she was like, I don't give a damn about Dale. And I was just like, bro, okay, y'all doing the absolute most. Y'all like to get nasty, huh? But the reason why I want to talk about that is because I wanted to, start that as a series on the, well, not necessarily a series on the channel, but a series at maybe the end or the middle section of the podcast, just to give a little breathing room and throw a little bit more, to hear a little bit more insight. Doing podcast solo dolo, I don't really have much insight besides myself. So I'd like to know exactly which Will Ferrell movie of these choices are you taking out of the list? You know, we got Elf, Talladega Nights, Anchorman, Step Brothers. I'm gonna try to do my best to leave I don't know, but just meet me in the comments with it, and we can debate on it. And that'd be pretty nice. All right, people. Just about to round it out now. All I just want to talk about for this little final segment was we got a couple playoff games coming up this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I mean, Monday college football, and from where I'm at, college football be going down. I mean, big heavy. But for Saturday games, we got the Vikings versus the 49ers and the Titans versus the Ravens. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have not been keeping up. I work too much. I work a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I be getting it in. But at the same time, I like to keep up with the highlights. I know that boy Kirk Cousins been going off. I mean, going ham. So is Jimmy G. So, I mean, it should be a well-rounded game. Now, as far as the Titans versus the Ravens game, bro. So, Lamar Jackson, crazy. This man has been doing. He might just be the second coming Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if any. I don't know, but the boy got talent. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to cop out on Derrick Henry either. The boy is a monster. This something real big too. I don't know if you've seen this man. This man like a damn. To me, like a tree with legs. He just be taking people down. But really, it brought me back to about 7th grade. I want to tell the story because I had thought about it. It was quite hilarious to me. But 7th grade year is the year I decided to try out for middle school football, bro. Now, Middle school year, 7th grade year was big trash. 6th grade year, I was real chunky. I ain't gonna lie to you, had the double chin and the faux necks popping. 7th grade year, I was like, I'm changing all that. I'm gonna be something different. I ain't just gonna have these double chins all school year. So slimmed up during the summer. Came back around August. Like I say, tried out football. Now, here's the thing. Everything was going well, but back in the gap, your boy wanted to be a wide receiver real bad. I had the hands, I had the speed, just had 2 left feet, so I was tripping all the time, but I had the coordination. It was on point. Anyway, we get the trials, right? I'm nervous af. I'm hitting I'm talking about, we're not necessarily running routes, we're just going through drills and everything, just test your agility, see how fast you are. And, we started doing defensive drills. We get into a 3-point stance. And I asked the coach, I'm like, so why are we doing these? He gonna look at me and say, well, we wanna try you out for both sides, offense and defense. Now, keep in mind, your boy was not hip to the game. I was naive af. I'm trying to be a wide receiver. I ain't trying to play no defense. If you not offering me that, I don't wanna be here. So that going through my head. What I say is, well, I don't think this is something I should do. And he looked at me and said, well, he can walk your ass right off this field. So, okay, I like to set the stage. It was sunny. The clouds was out. It was hot. Now, we going through trials and everything. It starts getting a little dark. I tell you, when he told me to walk off the field, it started raining. I was big mad. Oh, my God. I had get my words right. I had my head held down low, bro. It was big crazy because as it started raining, I sat down on a bench. And as I sat down on the bench, it started raining even harder. And I'm just looking at them out in the field like, damn, that could have been me. But I had to be bougie, had to be uppity. Your boy could have went pro if it wasn't for my bouginess. But, I think that's enough rambling for now. I just wanted to get back in this podcast, just talk solo Dolo style tonight. It's little doing a little different this time. So I hope you enjoyed. Please keep in tune. Like I say, this is the second episode of Sleepy Walrus podcast. We're gonna keep this thing going. I appreciate you for tuning in, and have a good evening. Hazel So Fresh out.